Thank you, Shruti. His Excellency Vladimir Norov, the Secretary General of the SCO, Dr. Guru Prasad Mahapatra, Secretary DPIIT, Government of India, Shri Anil Agarwal, Joint Secretary, Shri Chris Gopalakrishnan, Chairman CII Startup Council, distinguished dignitaries, guests from the SCO member states, talented entrepreneurs, esteemed speakers, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to participate in the launch of the SCO Startup Forum this morning and to address you all from this platform. My compliments to the Secretary General and the Secretary, Dr. Mahapatra, for leading this very important initiative and for taking it forward on a fast track in the last few days. Ever since India joined the SCO as a full member, we have played an active and constructive role in several initiatives of the SCO organization. And I do believe going forward, we shall continue to play a very important role in fostering greater cooperation and greater engagement. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization has been a key regional cooperation effort in the Eurasian region in the past 2 decades. The SCO member states have a huge amount of untapped potential and talent, and cooperation amongst these countries will lead to an enormous spread of mutual benefit and prosperity for the people of our region. In fact, the ethos of cooperation among the SCO member states is reflected in the goals of the SCO. States are encouraged to strengthen mutual trust and neighborliness and promote effective cooperation in politics, trade, economy, research, technology, and culture, as well as education, energy, transport, tourism, environment, and other areas of mutual requirement. Our joint efforts to maintain and ensure peace, security, and stability in the region and move towards the establishment of a transparent, fair, and rational new international political and economic order is at the core of our engagement. The recent SCO meetings highlighted the trending momentum of new areas of cooperation to develop potential synergies among the SCO member states. While the areas of cooperation are continuing to expand, the participation from the SCO member states is a testimonial to the strong desire to strengthen the bonds of regional cooperation. One of the common threads that knit the SCO member states together is the spirit of entrepreneurship. Today's launch of the SCO Startup Forum is a reflection of the positive attitude of all member states to further expand the engagement and nurture the spirit of innovation amongst our member states. As Prime Minister Narendra Modi had mentioned, startups are the engines of exponential growth, manifesting the power of innovation. I congratulate all the members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization for this first ever SCO Startup Forum. I'm sure, as the earlier speakers have mentioned, sharing our best practices, knowledge, engaging corporates and investors from all the member nations, monetizing and mobilizing capital and setting up incubators, providing exposure and scale with market access will certainly help these worthy ideas of our startups, the innovations, the new unique concepts that the startups come up with will get a much larger engagement through the SCO Partnership Forum. I'm delighted that the day's program has several sessions, including exclusive discussions to promote women entrepreneurship. In fact, in India, a very large number of startups have been founded by women. As was said earlier, youth is our wealth. In these times of vulnerability and uncertainty, they have responded with agility, adaptability, and ability. Young firms in India have reacted fast and very flexibly to the COVID pandemic. As was mentioned, the average age of our entrepreneurs in the startup system is only 31 years. All these youngsters have created very critical applications which have helped many sectors go digital and face the problems of the pandemic with confidence and emerge successfully as we unlock the economy and once again expand economic activity. Our startups have demonstrated high energy and enthusiasm to give many timely and cost-effective solutions. In fact, if I can share some examples of the way our startup ecosystem has come up with solutions to the pandemic and how they have used very interesting ideas to prepare India for the post-COVID world. In fact, very durable and easy solutions in terms of personal protective equipment, 3D printing of face shields and respirator valves, polycarbonate face shield helmets, SN19 helmets for frontline medical practitioners and responders show speed and capability of responding to the pandemic. In terms of detection of COVID-19, a virologist molecular startup developed a very low-cost COVID-19 qualitative PCR kit. The head of the company, in fact, tested the kit on herself a day before delivering a baby girl. This demonstrates courage and confidence of our young entrepreneurs. Our hunger for growth is demonstrated by the number of edtech apps for upskilling and education, which have provided free access of content for learning to millions of Indians during the COVID period. As our former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, an eminent scientist and one of the greatest sons of the soil, had said, knowledge with action converts adversity into prosperity. I think our startups have demonstrated their ability to convert this very severe adversity into a great potential for the future. And when the startups of all our member nations work together, I am sure the nations and these entrepreneurs and the people of our countries will yield great benefit and excellent results using these innovations and ideas. The futuristic vision combined with decisiveness has provided India a solid startup ecosystem about which the earlier speakers have given a flavor. In fact, Prime Minister Modi has been at the forefront of India's engagement with the startups. And if I may quote a small piece which he had spoken about, which really encouraged our young startups. And I quote, "We have a million problems, but at the same time, we have over 1 billion minds. 1 billion minds working for a better future for India, prosperity for the people of India, and a huge better future for the world in which we live today. Creativity, innovation, and disruption will be the new mandate in the emerging future. In this globalized world, our problems have also become planetary in scale and effect. Nations will have to communicate, collaborate, and cooperate to create impactful change. As Pythagoras, the famous mathematician and philosopher, had said, and I quote, "Friends are as companions on a journey who ought to aid each other to persevere in the road to a happier life." I'm sure all the member states of the SCO, all our friends, will work together to help each other towards greater prosperity for the SCO nations, our people, and for the world in general. In fact, very recently, India recognized some very interesting startups through the first ever National Startup Award Program. And we provided an encouraging framework to have more and more startups come up with brilliant ideas, engage with solutions, innovative solutions to solve problems that the people and businesses face. I recall there was a very smart system, an application, a mobile app prepared for patient monitoring, a dashboard, an AI-powered board, a smart drug delivery system, very smart remote healthcare solutions that were recognized when we gave out the awards. In fact, even in space technology, a company had built a satellite for Earth observation and scientific applications, developing reusable micro-launch vehicles, something which was a first for India. A manhole cleaning robo was probably the first of its kind in the world that was developed by a startup in India. In fact, even in clean energy, one of our companies came up with the world's first eco-friendly, non-hazardous AA battery system using aloe vera as replacement in dry fuel batteries for clocks, flashlights, toys, which are cheaper and much more durable. So a number of good ideas are coming out of the startup system in India and elsewhere. And I'm sure this engagement with startups of all member states will further develop this ecosystem, will further encourage and expand the startup world and their vision. As they say, history is to learn lessons, present is to take decisions, and the future is to create, to innovate, and disrupt. I think this forum is an opportunity for all the member nations to share and learn from their experiences, their mistakes, take decisions which are society-centric, not simply for your own self, for your own country, but for the larger good of the world, and collectively put our best efforts to make the future beautiful, sustainable, and achievable. As policymakers, we have a large responsibility on our shoulders. We are at this critical juncture of human history where our actions shall directly impact billions of people. It is our collective responsibility to frame policies that nurture the ecosystem of startups, provide them strength, resources to grow, and ensure a safe working environment for their employees. For this, we need to innovate and develop lateral thinking. As Steve Jobs have said, it is not a faith in technology, it is the faith in people. And I'm sure collectively we can demonstrate our resolve and our faith in our entrepreneurs, in our people, to collaborate through this SCO Startup Forum, going beyond strategic concerns and economic benefits, but work together for achieving greater goals, rapid innovation, and development. Let us work together for a bright future for our young entrepreneurs to further foster the spirit of collaboration and partnership and build upon this mission for the wider good of the world. My best wishes for the day's deliberations, and I declare the Startup Forum open and pray for its success and rapid growth in the years to come. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.